Welcome back to SPG. Sean Prosser here, the host of the channel. I hope you're all well. It's been a little while since I've posted, probably up 10 days. I've been interstate having meetings, and I've just got back to the beautiful sunny coast late this week. And it's a beautiful day here, blue skies, and a lovely chilly winter's morning. So I just wanted to talk about a couple of subjects today, which should interest anybody that's thinking about longer term opportunities of buying property in Thailand. Just a note that I posted a video last week that was talking about buying off the plan and the pros and cons of that, and what you really need to consider, and I guess why you would work with someone or a firm like us to help with due diligence and research. Just to remind you, coming from a financial planning background where I've been a licensed, and I still am a licensed financial advisor. When we work in my business here, it's all about good research. It's all about doing your due diligence, and that's carried over into this business here. And what we do is help people make really good informed choices when buying property in Thailand, to make sure that you get great advice along the route from our team of Thai agents, our legal team in Thailand, to make sure that every step of the way it's a great buying experience for you, and you end up with this great lifestyle asset that you're going to use a lot. So into today. So what we're talking about today. So we're going to talk about, let's start with Thailand and what's going on there at the moment. We're seeing a massive decrease in people visiting Thailand. I've seen reports from anything from, decrease of 12 to over 20% in less visitors. Now, why is that? Well, there's a couple primary reasons. The first is the amount of Chinese people, which is a big market for them, Thailand, both visitors and buyers. That market has dropped massively since January. And the reason for that is an incident that happened early January, where a young Thai Chinese actor was lured to Thailand on the promise of some film work, and was then kidnapped and taken over the border to Myanmar to work in a call centre. Now, this raised an awful lot of alarm in Thailand. Luckily, the young fellow was, through the endeavours of the Thai police and the Chinese immigration and forces, were able to get this guy out of there within a couple of days. And he's fine and he's safe and he's home. But the ripples and ramifications of that event into China have now meant that the Chinese tourism element has just dropped off massively. People aren't going there. We're looking at drops of over 50 to 60%, and indeed surveys are telling us that over 40% of Chinese people say they can't trust Thailand at the moment. Now, it was an isolated event. Let's make that very clear. It was a one-off event, but it's enough to stir the pot, I guess. And what that's led to is less Chinese people wanting to visit. Now, that's going to take a couple of years to build back up. So the drop in the market, particularly from that, is intense for Thailand, when a lot of their economy is based on tourism. The second factor is, I think people are seeing value elsewhere. So the Thai currency, the baht, is strong at the moment. It has been for a number of years, and maybe artificially strong. That's probably up for debate. But what isn't, what is true is that people see more value in trips to Vietnam, maybe Laos, because the currencies are a lot softer and you're getting more bang for your buck. So there's this double whammy at the moment in Thailand, where we're seeing less people go because they're the perception of better value elsewhere. So they're two things that Thailand is struggling with at the moment, which are going to run through the rest of this year, and hopefully we see some confidence and people start travelling in. Now, the other effect that has is, what we're seeing massively is an overstock of product. Now, I don't know if you follow much on Facebook. I'm absolutely in the algorithm of developers in Thailand, and I'm seeing so many offers through real estate agents to the developers. Things like installment payments, one payment, then you make installments, and then you own the property in 3 years when it's completed. I even saw something yesterday. It was saying overseas non-residents can get mortgages. Now, I've actually asked for some information on that. I think it's a load of rubbish. I don't think you can get a mortgage in Thailand at all, not from a bank anyway. So I think it's a selling strategy for a developer that's going to kind of basically say, hey, you can make ongoing payments like a mortgage. Now, again, if you saw my last video with buying off the plan, again, I think that's full of peril. But if you didn't know better, you'd see all the ads that I'm seeing. You think, wow, it's a buyer's time. We should be buying in Thailand now because the bargains are there. I even saw one advert yesterday where they offered a furniture package worth $150,000 on a property costing $500,000. It just doesn't make sense. So my research leads me to believe that through this year and next year, there's going to be a glut of finished product in the market that isn't selling. Now, for me, what that means is, and we're actually seeing that in Bangkok at the moment already. We are seeing product there with no home and no buyers. So what that tells me, being a financial advisor and just being a reasonable person, is that this probably isn't the time to buy. This is the time to sit on your hands and just look at the market over the next 3 to 6 months. Do your research through a company like us, and then when the time is right, and when the deals are right, pull the trigger then. Now, of course, that doesn't help us in business because, if people aren't buying now, then, we're not being paid for our services. But the fact is that's not the end goal here. It's to give people the right advice to make really good, positive, informed decisions. So I'm going to talk more about our VIP package that we want to introduce in the next couple of weeks, where people like you can come into and kind of sit on your hands over the next 6-12 months, but leverage into our research and start looking at the opportunities down the road. So when the market is flooded with property that needs to be sold, there's going to be some great opportunity there. The other thing I see in these ads is, and I've talked about this before, about the overreach of return on investment. I think it's just mad. And I think you have to be very careful when you're working with one agent that's working with one developer. And that goes in Australia as well, I guess. You've got to be very, very careful with what you believe. And because I guess they're all working in one spot for you. You've got a developer and a real estate agent working together to sell and flog property. So something to be really, really careful about. So I guess I'm going to wind up on that today because we're at the 7-minute mark. So just to let you know what's happening in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start looking at a bit of property. I'm going to start posting some ideas. We've got some great strategies coming up with golf, because I know a lot of golfers love Thailand, but also families, how they can buy together to lessen the initial cost, to share the burden of that, but also enjoy your own condo over a beach or on a golf course somewhere together, and also get some income from Australia out of that as well. So look out for those opportunities we're going to post in the next couple of weeks. As always, if you've got any questions, you want to know a little bit more about what we do, you can find me here, you can find me on our Facebook page, and we're always very happy to talk. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a great day. I'll be back here next weekend for our wrap up, but look out for some more information through the week as it comes to us. Take care.